Hello and welcome to Sanctuary Educate podcast, where we will talk all things mindset, money management and our entrepreneurial journey. Along the way, we're going to throw in some amazing guests for your pleasure. I'm Shane Hyland.
I'm Gareth Shears. This show is going to change your life and teach you skills that school never taught you.
Boom.
This video is all about how I flew to New York, upper class or first class, however you want to call it, for £400. So let me just caveat this slightly. I did pay £400 for first class, but that was actually just for the upgrade. So we had premium economy tickets with Virgin upper class, which were your kind of standard price. I think we paid circa £900 for that flight. But there's an ability with Virgin to bid for first class seats. So I bid £400 and actually won that. We found out 24 hours before we flew that we were actually going to fly first class, me and my wife. So this was a belated honeymoon for us. We were flying to New York in November. So I bid for this and I bid £400 and we actually won. So 24 hours before, we found out that we were going to fly first class to New York for just a £400 upgrade. Now the normal price of that one ticket just for me was circa £3,500 for that just one way first class, and we paid probably less than £1,000 all in if you took it as an individual flight. So you can do it, and it was an excellent experience. Don't get me wrong, I probably wouldn't pay £3,500 each way for doing that, but it was an amazing experience. And in this video, I'm going to take you through exactly what it looked like, what it felt like, all the steps we kind of took, and a little bit about where we got in trouble with security for walking up the driveway to the first class lounge because you're meant to take a car. But because I parked my car in a car park, I couldn't really drive up there because I don't think anyone would take my car away. But watch the video now and you'll see exactly how we flew £400 with Virgin upper class. So this is the driveway up to the first class lounge of Virgin Atlantic. Now, you're not actually meant to walk up it, but because we drove our own car here, we didn't have an option of getting dropped off there. And I kind of wanted the full experience just to kind of get involved in it all. We actually caused a bit of a security commotion, which I don't think is actually shown in this video. But when we get through the door, there's a bit of a panic from security because we walked up somewhere we shouldn't have walked. But anyway, this is the entrance in, and this is where you're kind of greeted and sort of checked in, and then you go round to your own private security, which is a little bit nice. So you're not kind of in with everyone else. You've got your own little kind of private security area. I've had to stop filming there once we got a bit further in. But this is the security. Then once you're through then, you kind of make your way up to the lounge, which is on the first floor. And this is the first time I've been in a first class lounge before. So this blew me away. So you're greeted on reception, they kind of check you in, and then you're into here, which actually looks like an airport terminal of its own. It is huge inside, and it just goes on and on and on. There's the little kind of buffet area there where you can go and have some snacks and bits and pieces. And there's the menu. So we sat down to have some food, so it was a full kind of 3-course menu available to you. Oh, and here's the posh toilets. Actually, funny enough, I'm wearing the same jumper now. And yeah, so I went for the chicken burger and chips. I did have a starter as well. I think it was chicken wings or something like that. And then this is just kind of what it's like in the lounge. So we grabbed a seat and my wife had a bit of Prosecco. And there's Peloton bikes. Suffice to say, I didn't get involved in this at all. Didn't fancy the sweat before. You could have, and there's showers as well. But then you can overlook where all the kind of planes are. And that's one of my favourite drinks, an old-fashioned being made up there. Can't fault that. And in fairness, it was a really good old-fashioned because they can be hit or miss. And this is where you can just order food to the table. So you go onto an app. It's all free. All the food's included. So I was a sticky toffee pudding, probably one of my most favourite puddings you can have. And then we were kind of sat here with nice kind of views out where all the planes are, kind of comfy. And then there's lots of different areas within the lounge. So up here there's a pool table, which people were using. There's some TV showing sport and everything. But then you can work your way upstairs, they've actually got an outside area, which we'll show you now, which is on the kind of top floor, and you can actually see everything. And everyone kind of, you see other videos complain about the smell of aviation fuel, but I couldn't smell any. But actually, yeah, so it's a nice little kind of astroturfed area. You can sit outside. Weather was quite nice. This was the morning, nice and crisp and clear. But you can see over where all the kind of planes are. And then when you kind of come back down, this is just into the sort of lounge area of the Virgin upper class, first class lounge. Lovely bit of floor in there, can't fault that. Nice bit of lighting as well, nice bit of mood lighting, can't fault it. Comfy little areas there to sit down. You can charge your laptops, iPads and all that, there's all charging points in there. And it's huge, it just goes on and on and on. Loads of seating. Pick yourself up a newspaper, Times, Telegraph and all those type of ones. Far too intelligent for me, that stuff. Oh, and I couldn't resist it. Afternoon tea was on the menu, so we had to get involved in that. And then there's individual boards, but they will call you to your gate when they know it's due, because they know who's in there. But you can see them everywhere in there. Yeah, there's lots of seating around, as you can see. It wasn't actually that busy at that point. It got a little bit busier later on, but people are filtering in and out for different kind of flights and everything. And yeah, that's my wife dancing coming back from the toilet. So this is the Travelator. Actually, I don't think that was working, judging by it. The Travelator, as they used to call in Gladiators. It's not quite like that, really. So on your way to the lounge. So we were first class with Virgin, so it meant that we got priority access to the plane. So whichever, I can't remember which gate we were at the time. Gate 19, maybe? Yes, we were at gate 19. Wasn't too far a walk. On the signs, though, it says it's like a 10-15 minute walk, but actually when you start walking you realise it's only a couple of minutes. So I don't know how slow they think people are going to walk in Heathrow. But there it is, to New York. So we were flying to New York, which was a belated honeymoon for us. Nearly 3 years, I think. Due to the, I'm not going to mention the word, but we all know what it was back in 2020. Slow walk down to the aeroplane. So when you get there, you're greeted then by kind of staff, and they obviously ask you your tickets and then send you in the direction where your seats are. So this is where we were. So these are the Virgin upper class booths. So you get individual booths. So we had window seats, and there was double ones in the centre as well of these type of ones. But we had two window seats, so we were sat one behind the other. But really quiet actually on the flight. There was loads of spaces left, kind of going out. So there was my, I think it was Prosecco. I don't normally drink that, but as I was given it, there it was. But yeah, dropped my menu. But there's your foothold area there. Put your feet in, chill out, put your seat back, and watch kind of TV. So that's the menu for drinks and food for the flight. And in fairness, the food was superb. And there's loads of different choice. I basically spent the whole time of before flying and flying just eating, and then you got a big TV so you can watch a few films. Oh, there I am. There we are. Great shot that is. Look at the chins on that. But yeah, so it was pretty quiet, as you can see. There's lots of kind of empty seats there in my own little kind of booth, my pillow. And I think I watched Maverick Top Gun for about the 40th time when I was on the flight. And you can actually get proper China mugs for your tea. There it is. Bit of Tom Cruise, can't fault that. Probably one of my favourite films, sadly. I've watched it numerous times. Then warm bread roll and some butter there, ready to go with food. And your own little salt and pepper shakers in the shape of like airplanes. And I think I had a bit of wine there, so that was the pate to start, which was lovely, in fairness, on proper China plate, and then a lovely chicken and leek pie. It was absolutely superb, and then bread and butter pudding, can't fault it for dessert. all in proper china, proper cutlery. It was actually freezing cold, the cutlery was. But there's my lovely socks I had on, which they gave us. And then you got a little bar area where you can go and grab some food and drinks and chill out and watch a bit of TV. Kind of nice coverage. No one was really kind of sat there. To be honest, I just kind of sat and watched endless films. I was too excited to sleep. But yeah, you can sit there. There's lots of snacks out. The staff will bring you drinks. Oh yeah, and then there was a choice then of some food. And when I asked the lady how many could I have, she said as many as you want. So I had another afternoon tea and some fish finger sandwiches. And this is us flying now into New York. We're landing, coming into JFK at night time. I think we landed about 9 o'clock at night into JFK, which is quite good. And then here's some sights. I think we're in Central Park here. Just some of the buildings. The weather was lovely there. And that is the Rockefeller Center. The tree, it actually wasn't dressed up ready to go because that was happening the day after we left. So that was it. That was the video of our experience of the Virgin Atlantic upper class, and what a superb experience it was. I'd recommend it to anyone. So there is this option. So when you have checked out and you bought your flights and you start putting all your details in with your passport and stuff, they'll give you an option to bid for first class. Have a look. I just bid £400 and that is what I won it for. You can bid anywhere up to sort of, I think it's like £10,000 if you want to. Now, you're not always going to win that bid because I tried to do it on the way back as well. But actually the bid was circa £2,000 for that, which actually would have been more expensive than if I bought it full price in the first time. But we had £400 on the way out, so that was superb. What a great experience it was, and I recommend it to anyone. It's superb. So that's how I did it. Hope you enjoyed the video, and if you want to see more, like, subscribe, follow. Thanks for listening, and if you enjoyed this episode, then please subscribe and remember to follow us on social media for more content.